The Shaman of Sexy is returning to WWE. Baby!
It's time to take a journey through Sig Daddy's mind on Sig Daddy's Wrestling Show. Here's Sig Daddy.
Hello and welcome in everyone to a special episode of Sig Daddy's Wrestling Show. I came across this on my Twitter timeline just earlier today and I thought this needed talked about. Per the ProWrestlingInsider.com, John Morrison has reportedly agreed to a deal to return to the WWE for the first time since 2011. So he's been gone for quite a while, 8 years now? And since then, he's been tearing it up as a part of Lucha Underground, AAA, Impact Wrestling, and has appeared for a slew of other promotions during his time away from WWE. I'm really excited about this signing. I'm really excited that he's finally got the chance to return. He's been good for forever, and I felt like he needed to come back sometime sooner or later. And I'm glad it's before he's 40. It still gives him plenty of time and plenty of opportunities for some fresh matchups in WWE. One thing I want to see is him against Seth Rollins. There's not just Seth Rollins. There's a ton of matches and matchups that I'd love to see him in. Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Shinsuke Nakamura, AJ Styles, and Cesaro. I'd like to see him competing for championships, but you know what? I just like to see these matchups, and it's kind of fantasy matchups, fantasy booking pretty much. But there's quite a few things also that he could be doing in his return. Simon Miller from What Culture, he threw out this idea, and I thought it was pretty great. It was for him to team up with The Miz again. And they were ahead of their time with their humor and such. And I really like the idea because, you know what? It gives WWE a credible tag team, former tag team champions, and it gives Miz something productive to do because since the beginning of the year when he had his face turn, it's really not done a whole lot. And he's kind of been losing matches left and right. This would give him an opportunity, a breath of fresh air. And it'd be a great way to kind of introduce John Morrison back into the fray in WWE, and it gives WWE a credible tag team, which they've been missing for quite a while. Well, they're not missing for quite a while, but they've been missing for a bit, and they kind of have not established their other tag teams. But this would be a great tag team to come in and help build up the tag team division that's been kind of suffering as of recently. Other ideas have him feud with AJ Styles for the United States Championship. That'd be fun. Also, Shinsuke Nakamura. Just see, those matchups are everywhere. Even I'd like to see him against The Fiend sometime. John Morrison was so good when he was in WWE. He could be considered underrated as when he was a part of WWE. I'm just really excited to see him come back because he's won the Impact World Championship, Lucha Underground Championship, among many other championships while he was out doing the independents and Impact Wrestling, AAA, and Lucha Underground. And it'd be nice to see him have an opportunity to go for the big belt, one of the belts, Universal Championship or the WWE Championship. It would be fun to see him go after one of those here because he never really got that many opportunities at the World Championship. Only ones I could really remember at this point was him in the Elimination Chamber back in like 2010 or so, I think. And then also when he was steel cage match at Extreme Rules back in 2011 against John Cena and The Miz, where Cena won the WWE title. So it'd be great to see John Morrison competing for those big titles, and it'd be an opportunity to face off against, I forgot, even one other guy, Ricochet. Who doesn't want to see Ricochet and John Morrison in a match? two of the probably more athletic guys in the company, and that'd be a heck of a match to see. But all in all, I'm just really excited to see John Morrison back in the WWE ring, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do with him coming up here in the near future. And as I mentioned last time on this podcast, I will have my review for the AEW Dynamite, the first edition of AEW Dynamite on TNT next Wednesday. And that's going to be up against NXT, but I will review AEW Dynamite, and I will try to have that review up for you the day after on Thursday. And as always, follow me on the socials, Twitter and Facebook. Also, find this podcast anywhere on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Podbean. And until next time, this is Sig Daddy signing off. Thank you all for listening, and so long, everybody.